My mental health journey has been somewhat recent. And I think part of that was just people weren't talking about it. Like when I had postpartum depression, I didn't know what that was. When I had an eating
Yes.
disorder, nobody in high school, nobody was talking about how all of us were trying to be super skinny in the 80s. That was accepted. That was the way we were supposed to be. For a lot of us, that was the way they talked about it. We were just supposed to be super skinny, all of us. I was involved in a ministry in high school, a parachurch ministry. And the term that people would use today is I was groomed. And I never said anything. There was no evidence. There's no emails back then, no texting. But this guy groomed me. He was married. He never touched me, but it was grooming. So I went from all of this, went to college, got married. We went to seminary right away, moved away. And after 3 years, we were married. I had 3 kids right away under the age of 3. I started to get I don't even know how to describe it. It was postpartum depression, but I didn't know the words for it in 1996, 1997. I was dizzy all the time. I couldn't get enough sleep. Sometimes I never slept. I was just going through them. I was just trying to do my best as a young mom. I was staying home with the kids. Brian was working all the time. It was really hard. And I felt just like cloudy, like I really wasn't where I was. I felt weird. I felt kind of out of touch with myself. And so I said to Brian, I said, I think I need to go to therapy. I think something's wrong with me. So I found a therapist, went to him for a long time, and he started having sex with me, my
Oh.
Oh my
therapist.
goodness.
And I call it rape now. I can finally say that because it was. He had been texting and, well, not texting, but emailing me just really inappropriate stuff. So there was proof, but it took years for me to tell Brian this was going on. I just didn't want to tell him. I just stuffed it. I was like concentrating on the kids. I was pushing it down. I was like, I got this. God's got this. I got it. I finally, after a couple of years of not telling him, I finally told him, and it killed him. And of
I
course,
can
I couldn't walk
imagine.
into a counselor's office after that. I would get PTSD and start having panic attacks when I'd walk into a counselor's office. So I couldn't go to counseling. Brian did. And we pressed charges through the counseling association, whatever that is in Texas. And
Very good.
He was convicted and he died. He died of a heart attack like a week later.
I'm
But
still in shock mode hearing you say that. I'm like, that the one
I
person you're
know.
supposed to trust and be able to confide in
yeah,
has violated
yeah,
everything, every
yeah.
level of trust you could have.
If anybody should be mad at the church or mad at Christianity or mad at God, I should be mad at God. That counselor that did that to me was a Christian therapist. The
Oh my
guy that was in
gosh.
high school that groomed me, that was a Christian organization. And then the people that I've been hurt with by the most are people in churches, because you know why? Because we're sick. People in
Yeah.
churches are sick.
Well,
Why we need
yeah,
God?
they're human and they have,
Yeah.
they're going to have sin. And I think people
Mhm.
miscalculate that and they say, "Oh, if you're part of a church that there's no sin in there." But there is. It's full of sinners,
That's
right? So, of course there's going to
yeah.
be bad things that happen.
Just because those people did that to me, that doesn't mean that that's what a church is or what God is. I knew that. I knew that that's not God.
Yeah.
Um, and so God gave me that, at least, through all this. And it's only been in the past couple of years that I feel like we are closer than ever. Our marriage is stronger than ever, but it has taken a boatload of work. We cannot do this alone. And we have to ask for help. Don't do what I did. Don't push it down. I did that for years and years. And yes, it did affect my kids. I can't go back and change that. I can't do anything about it. And that's part of the reason I wanted to share my story in front of church, because I wanted to help create the ethos there of, let's be authentic. Let's not hide. Let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about mental health. Let's talk about this.